Welcome to the Exposer. So, for many of you guys that know, John Boyega, an actor who is from the UK, from a Nigerian background, who's also happens to be related to Spac Nation's global pastor, Tobi Boyega, their cousins, put out a tweet. Now, some people could take this tweet as him talking about basically a lot of churches, many churches. But we have to understand one thing. I've seen some people say that he hasn't spoken about Spac Nation, knowing that his cousin has done a lot of wrongs and things like that. I've seen many tweets about that. Some have even tried to say the reason he's not talking is because it supports what his cousin is doing. But for anyone who's actually watched the exposing videos of Tobi Boyega, it's all on a playlist. So I would encourage you guys to watch all of it so you can understand Tobi's beginnings and how he claims he's, I believe, lived with John Boyega, and I think John Boyega used to even attend Spac Nation before it was called Spac Nation. Things like that. But there's a reason why John Boyega himself walked away from Spac Nation. And for many people who have been around Tobi, they all know that he doesn't get on with John Boyega. You can see he envies his cousin because of what his cousin's achieved. He's done many videos in the past where he took shots at his cousin for his success, claiming that people are going Hollywood and just changing and things like that. He's always, to a certain extent, you can say that he's jealous of his cousin. Now, his cousin put out a tweet today saying, "Christians, don't go back to a church that ignores the current issues. Prosperity preaching every Sunday, KMT." Now, again, because of the family ties, I think it's difficult for John Boyega to directly go at Spac Nation because they're from the same family. So if he decides to go on record to speak about Spac Nation or about Tobi Boyega, that will obviously divide the family or probably bring a lot of issues and unnecessary problems. So I feel like this is the only way he can actually talk about Spac Nation without having to mention them. And this is possibly the smartest way because he hasn't mentioned their name. So again, people can take it as he's just talking about churches who just talk about prosperity preaching every single Sunday. But we know that he knows that Spac Nation preaches about prosperity preaching every single day. We're fully aware of that. And he's fully aware that they haven't done much for the current issues and they haven't done much for our community, point blank, period. What they've done is make our community worse by using our young people who have bright futures, get themselves in debt and be under the leadership of Spac pastors. We know that Spac Nation have these fake companies where they mentor a lot of people, which is led by Mariam Mola. Mariam Mola, who everyone knows today for many, many things, and we know that none of the things are positive. So, John Boyega has put out this statement, and we believe it is a direct shot at Spac Nation. It is a direct shot at his cousin, and this is just the smartest way of doing it. And I think we should applaud him for that. Now, for the ones who are waiting for him to actually directly talk about the church openly, you have to understand something where it's involving your family members can't really be put out in that manner. The way he has spoken out about a lot of issues, he can't speak the same way about Spac Nation because, again, you're just going to have to deal with so many family members speaking to you saying that even if you don't like the guy or you don't agree with what they do, he's still your family. You can't be basically promoting negativity about that organization so that your cousin can receive a lot of hate from people around the world because of the platform that John Boyega has. But since he can't do that, we would like to talk, not for him, but we would like to express ourselves on how we feel this message is put out is directly about his cousin. And this will sting his cousin because we know he's been jealous and envied his cousin's lifestyle and his success that he's achieved. This is a young man who started in very small films to being part of one of the biggest franchises in the world, achieving so much, more than he ever dreamt of achieving, and it can only be applauded. So for those reasons, Tobi, who doesn't have the same love from people and the same recognition from people like his cousin, will be jealous of what his cousin has achieved and how everyone has been praising his cousin for the passionate speech and the messages he's been putting out and just defending things that he believes in. And we just have to applaud him for that. We can expect Tobi to respond. He may not respond on his platforms, but we know he will definitely respond in his congregation or probably in WhatsApp groups or around his people who are with him almost 24/7. But we should expect some sort of response because we know there's something in his heart that he's always carried when it came to his cousin, John Boyega. It's never anything positive. He has never publicly spoke about his cousin in a positive light. It's always been in a negative light. So for anyone who has always doubted John Boyega, believing that he's part of Spac or encourages it, people should understand that John Boyega helped out at Spac a very long time ago. We think he played the drums there or something, but this is before Spac Nation was even known like this. And there's reasons why he walked away, and there's reason why he doesn't have a personal relationship with Tobi Boyega. So that should let us know that even he knows that Spac Nation is not a good place.